EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Denver Broncos and the New England Patriots. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And we are underway in Foxborough. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Now Jones. Pickens is there on the crossing route. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Now 1 for 1. A lot more to go. On the stop that time, it was Josey Jewell.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Kendrick Bourne, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Patriots are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Off the bootleg, Weston. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And at the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Room here to run. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Yeah, we saw that from up here, CD. A tug on the face mask, and the flag comes out.
And we saw that last week they had some defensive miscues like that. And they told us that they had worked hard on it in practice and thought they had it all cleaned up. But obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That'll be a New England 1st down, a gain of 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. He'll get this up to about the 44.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal was shut it down for 2 yards.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. KJ Hamler deep for the Broncos. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. After one, a 1-point game. 7. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Play action. Weston. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Into the hands of Patrick left side. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they wanted to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in his first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but he did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
On 4th down, Weston. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Throwing Jones. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On second down, this is Harris. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 47 yards rushing for him now to this point. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. .46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Weston steps away to his left. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. The Patriot defense has a touchdown. How about that for a little jolt right before intermission?
I'm talking about taking momentum into the half with you, and so many teams have an emphasis on trying to score in the last 2 minutes of a half. To carry that with them, it's not often talked about scoring on defense, though. That's extra mode.
And now they may take the lead into the locker room as well. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Throwing after the interception. Weston to the right side to Eric Ebron. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Looking to throw. Weston. His throw incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Operating from the gun, Weston. Short little throw to Ebron. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Patrick. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
So they look like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on his team.
Oh, into a sea of defenders have intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
To throw on second down, Weston dancing to his left. And he finds his target, Ebron. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Short little throw to Ebron. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his fifth catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. They'll look to throw again. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score.
response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Second down, back to Sanders. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at the 33. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Patriots take over. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Now a first down carry for Harris. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Bonito coming in there to record the sack. Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. Had to pass there. 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. So that, a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the 3rd quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Throwing after the interception. Weston. This will be caught. Judy. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. It's hauled in by Shepard. And a loose football. but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Pats are going to get the football here at their own 23. They'll start the drive with Harris. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left it no space.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Kaiser Wright, the former safety, gets the sack. Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. Back to throw. Jones setting up the screen. Harris. And he's out right at the 25. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
And returning it, here's Hamler. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st. Operating from the gun, Weston. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw, Weston. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
On 1st down, Weston. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Throwing on 1st down, Weston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw, Weston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Albert Okwuegbunam. And that'll make it 3rd down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that was send them back to the drawing board.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And the Patriots are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Pats at the line ready to go. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 75 yards on the ground for him so far. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Kendrick Bourne. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Patriots are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. On 1st and 10, Weston. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Back to throw again. Touchdown Broncos. Miles Sanders. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. McManus's point after is good, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. And this is secured by the Patriots. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now Nick Folk, his career long 56 yards. This to make it a 3-score game late. Folk's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Tim Patrick that time, but it's going to be second down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Buying time to his left. And he'll just get rid of it. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. So the drive stays alive after the fourth down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Look at the big man rumble. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Eric Ebron, 27 yards. And the Broncos are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week one, and one of our early window games here in week one on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league